Czym нужно это сейчас? Come on. So we're out. Hello, YouTube. We're out for the last walk of the night, as usual. Ooh, dogs everywhere tonight. And hold on. There we go. That's it. I've got some light now. Ooh, it's frozen. So I've got the wife with me tonight. She must be a bed. And it's very nice tonight. We've got both torches, head torches, fully charged for a change, because normally I forget to charge them. And I've got them both on. Head torch is really vital in areas like this, rural areas, woodland, where you've got there's no street lamps at all. So very vital to have head torches. We've got two good head torches, even if they're slightly old. And up in Novgorod, when we get up there, it's even darker up there. It really is. It's the kind of dark that really is complete darkness. There's no, I mean, you've got light from the cities where it's reflecting off, and you get a bit of ambient light from that. But up there is no light. Very, very, very dark. Say hello in the chat if you're on. It should be working. We've got that sorted out. I think I have. If not, there's nobody online. Oh, there we go. Hello, Jason. Jason's on. If you're watching this on live replay, you should have a look at his channel. He does urban exploration and Soviet stuff. And he's done some great videos when he made a trip to Volgograd and things like that. So have a look at his channel and see what you like. I can't see a viewer count. Oh, I can now, yeah. So I can't see a viewer count on this. It's vanished. But hello there. Hello, where are we? Two Secu. How you doing? Welcome to our mini live stream. Oh, yeah, okay. Mini live stream. We're only live stream. Not in lime streams, we're doing live streams out in the forest. This is Leningrad Oblast, just outside of St. Petersburg, Russia. And g'day, spot. And out in the forest, Bigfoot hunting. Although there's no big feet here, or Bigfoots, Bigfoot. Sasquatches or anything else really. How are you doing? How you doing, Hassan Abdul? How you doing? Hope you're having a nice Bigfoot. Yeah, people keep saying to me there's Bigfoots here. And what was it? Someone said there's a nice slender man. I've yet to see that, what slender man is, but anyway. How you doing, Bathinkerezi FSP? I think that's it. Bathinkerezi. I've got the wife with me today. Is that bad enough as a Sasquatch?
Oh, hello.
That's the only Sasquatch we've got here tonight. And you fans of gaming videos that you can get more in Crito. I don't know what that is. In Crito. Is that some kind of gaming currency? I don't do game. Only games I do is kind of Call of Duty and, you know, things like that. And, but I don't play many games, to be honest. I used to play more games, but I prefer the RTS, the old real-time strategy, things like Command and Conquer, and back in the day, you know. And I've still got a liking for things like Doom and what's his name? Duke Nukem. I always like the old Duke Nukem games. Those made me laugh. But, that's how. So anyway, we're up here in the forest. This is deep, dark Russia, in the deepest, darkest bits, where bears, wolves, werewolves, big feet, Sasquatches, or what else is there adding to the list? Things that go bump in the dark. There's eyes watching you up here. You see eyes coming. And we're out with a wolf dog as well, wherever he is. We did have a wolf dog when we set off, and now we haven't, apparently. And we've got the other one with us as well, which is a little mongrel, Heinz 57. If you know what Heinz 57 means, it's an old British joke about mixed dogs, and what it basically is, you used to have this TV advert and it used to say 57 varieties in every tin of beans. And so a mongrel dogs we used to call Heinz 57 variety. So this message has been held for review. Shall I view message? Let's have a look here. Somebody say naughty words. I don't know what that says. Something. I don't know what that means. Somebody trying to. Oh, I can't show that. Let's show it. I'll just tell the man. Okay, so whatever it was, anyway, you were sending didn't work. Sorry. Some other moderator. I'm not sure who's moderating on there tonight. It's deleted it, so out of my hands. Sorry. Thank you to moderator, whoever it was that deleted that thing, whatever it was. So, the power of moderation. Okay, so it's telling me silly messages here on YouTube, but it is working. It's been great. I mean, it's been terrible out here. I was trying to live stream for weeks on end, and if you don't know, the Ukrainians were trying to bomb us to death with drones, and didn't work, obviously. But anyway, during the security scare that we had, they kept switching off the internet, and that's why it's so difficult to do anything. And now, of course, they've been put in their place, and we're not a threat anymore, and we can live stream, so it's much better now. So I've not been live streaming as much, you already know that, because what are you eating, dog? Your wolf dog here, doing wolf things. What are you doing, eating off soil? Does that taste nice? Does that taste nice to eat soil? Eh? Eh? Wolf dog. But anyway, yeah, so we're all okay now. I'm back on and 8, and 8. I don't know what you mean by 8, and 8. But anyway, that's okay. Two Fat Ladies, 88. That's the old bingo call, isn't it? Does anybody remember that from the back in the day? Bingo. Two Fat Ladies, 88. We're not going through there, because I think that's definitely a Sasquatch nest in there. Not going up there. Definitely not. I'm not. But anyway, we'll go down past the Banyan probably and back on our late night walk. It's better to walk at night here because, as you know, now that the Banyan is in full operation, I've talked about this before, we get a lot more traffic and the dogs chase cars. And it's not good. So I tend to walk out late at night, so it avoids people. Up in Novgorod, much better. We don't have a through. We're not. If you're watching the videos, you'll know that where I'm building up there is no through road past my. There is a road past it, but it's not doesn't go anywhere. It goes to the pond, so you're not going to get traffic passing through, and therefore it's much easier. I can let the dogs run around a bit up there, but I still have to watch them on the main road. There's a main road close by. Although it's not busy, it's about one car every kind of 20 minutes in the daytime, or nighttime, nothing. But still can't let the dogs chase about on the road, so we have to be careful up there a little bit. But on the pond side, yeah, it's no problem. The only problem there I see in the pond is not be very difficult to live stream up there at night, not because of the signal, but because kind of the threat of wildlife. I mean wildlife as in real bears, not pretendy bears, but you know, ones that eat you kind of thing. None be spotted up there, but there's nobody up there to spot them, so we know there's bear activity at least a kilometre away, so We're kind of wary of that. And at night time, going to the pond is just not my thing. I don't want to get eaten. I don't mind if the wife gets eaten, but I don't want to get eaten. Да?
Нет.
А?
Нет.
Да.
Нет.
No. Медведь, ел тебя, я буду бежит, да?
Нет. Первый тебя будет есть.
Arthur Vincent, how you doing? Bud ding ding, bud ding ding. I am a servant. That's okay. So I said to the wife, if you're following the joke, I said to the wife, if we see a bear, don't worry, it'll eat you first before it gets to me. So, so that's a good thing to do, isn't it? Throw the wife to the bear, and then I'll escape. Sure, it's gnawing on her. I'll be a long way. So I'll be fine. There.
Yep.
There.
Yep.
She doesn't understand what I'm saying anyway. She's just ignoring me. She ain't got a clue what I'm saying. She don't speak English. So. Yeah, so it's the river at night time. Not much of it, right? It's actually the melt water that's still a bit trickling down. It's still not finished and dried up yet, and it's cold tonight. I'm doing. How you doing? Yeah, we're fine. We're fine. We're now in the next week, hopefully. So updates from where we got to last time. We're supposed to have my registration done by now, and it didn't work out. The lady who does it for me, it was ill and couldn't go, so we'll go. Hopefully, I'm hoping. Понедельник може registrация.
Да.
Maybe on Monday we'll get my registration done. When that's done, we're basically hunting for a car as well, frantically. So obviously the van is dead, the cam belt broke, and that's the end of it. So we're on to car hunting, and so it's all going to take a little while to get it all sorted out. The registration can take between 3 days and 3 weeks. We just don't know. Sometimes faster, sometimes shorter, depending on the workload. But it's something I've got to do. Buying a car is easy. Getting it registered is kind of not so easy. Driving a car unregistered here is okay. But at some point you've got to get it done. And I'd rather get it done sooner than later. You register it to the owner so you can drive somebody else's car if you've got insurance. Never used to be able to do that. Used to have to have something called awareness for driving somebody else's car. I mean, to verify a little slip of paper. But now it's okay as long as you've got insurance, you're fine. And you can go back registering it later. But the risk is that if you don't register it, that somebody could say, oh, well, he's nicked my car. So kind of better to get over and done with straight away. How long that takes? Usually a day down at the police station. You go down there and you all line up, and he comes out and inspects your VIN numbers and what have you, and all that malarkey. And then you go in and out, up and down. Pay some money, and you get in Russia. You don't. If you don't know, you don't inherit car number plates. I don't know if it's different wherever you're from in the world. You don't inherit car number plates. So when you buy a car, you don't keep the number plate until once it's registered. Once you go for registration, they actually issue you with new number plates. It's not something you can't go and buy number plates as such. They issue them from the state, and when you register it, you get new number plates. So you don't inherit old number plates. It's a bit different, isn't it? In the UK, you buy a car, register the number, that's it. The number stays with it for life. Here it doesn't. The number plate goes with the when it's re-registered, the number plate is you get a new one, which means if you were to get a traffic stop on the road, a random traffic stop, which does happen, if you're not registered the car and it's gone on for weeks, they can say, enough of this, give me the number plates, and give you a little fine, and they take number plates off you, give you a slip of paper, you pay a fine, and then you ain't going nowhere because you can't drive without number plates. So not the best thing to do, but so that's all going to take time anyway. So get the registration, get the car, get a car, get it registered, and then we'll be on our way up to Novgorod. as quickly as possible. But at the moment, it is still cold. It's not minus, but it is cold. It's kind of not very warm at all. And I'm not too keen on going up there just yet until it warms up a little bit. Because if you know, we do have a hut up there. It's fully insulated, but it is still a hut. And it's not comfortable if it's cold outside. If it's really, I stayed up there once. When I did the pile foundation with Valerie, we stayed up there with the heater running all night, and it was still bloody cold. But we didn't have a proper door on at the time. We'd only got a temporary wooden door, and now there's a proper metal door on there, so it should keep the cold out. It's a properly insulated door for an apartment block, actually. Somebody gave us a door. I can't remember who gave us it, but somebody gave us a door, and that's on there now, so much warmer. You put a heater on, it's warm, but it's kind of, if it's very cold in the evening times, we don't have shower facilities up there, so basically we bucket shower outside, and if it's very cold in the evening, you don't really want to get in bucket showers outside in the cold. So kind of not just about being inside being warm, but it's about being able to wash and things like that outside. So quite a lot to it. Anyway, is there many, what's that? Are there many lads over there, and are they are my favourite car, waiting for the jump scare? What jump scare? There's no jump scare. Oh God, why is there no jump scare? I mean, there's no bears here or anything, is there? You know, I mean, there is the odd thing in the woods. You never know. But I mean, you know, you don't know when they're going to appear, do you? You know, sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. You know, but anyway, you just have to watch out for them. But bucket shower light. I'm not bucket showering a live stream. Oh God, we're not doing camel toe videos. but keep an eye out for the bears anyway, and what have you. Sometimes they do show up. He was named Barry the Bear, actually, not my bear, by somebody on one of the live streams one day. If you're not in the know, now you're in the know. You're on the secret list. So the bear is with us. The bear is bare. But anyway, that's why we're not. That's why we haven't been pushing to go to Novgorod at the moment, because it's still fairly cold, and in the evening times, warm in the daytime, like plus 16, sort of t-shirt weather. Sun's out, it's lovely and warm. But on other days when it's been windy, it's like blimey, shiver me timbers, you know. So we're not in any rush. How are you? How are the roads? How are you doing? How are the roads? A larder's a Russian car. Sorry, I didn't answer that, did I? Yes, there are larders now, lots of larders around, but they're very much modern now. They're not like they were. The old Soviet ones, they're a bit of an antique. They don't collector's car kind of thing. There's a few of them running about in the rural areas, but they're kind of getting rarer and rarer. And now it's a modern, basically a larder. They look like any modern car now. There's not much difference. Hard to tell the difference, actually. So that's kind of how they are. There's a Russian car. How are the roads? How are the roads? The roads here, I mean, obviously, we're in our, we're in a rural settlement that's undeveloped. This has never been talked about before, actually. It's undeveloped, and it is slowly getting developed. And the roads are pretty abysmal, to be honest. They're not fantastic, but the roads up in Novgorod and out on the main road, once you leave here onto the main road, the roads are as good as anywhere in Europe or anywhere else in the world. The roads are been. Ja nie budu. Nie надо. Nie надо, Lena, tam fotoaparat, kamera. Lena. Nie надо. Where's she going? We've seen a car there covered in flames or something. I thought she can't get there because of the camera watching. Might get in trouble. So. But the roads generally very good, no problems at all. Heavily invested into in the last few years, actually. But when I first came, we drove from here to a place called Nizhny Tagil, where my wife's from. it's just 3,000 kilometers in Urals, and the roads were, I was in my English car, my Peugeot 106 diesel. Remember those things? And we drove up there in winter time in that, and the roads were absolutely abominable. And it ended up coming back. We actually smashed the gearbox with a brick on the road. But anyway, long story. Let's have a quick read here. Where are we? I like the old 3-box saloon ones from the 80s and 90s. I want to buy some one day. Larders. No, I wouldn't recommend buying a larder. I mean, well, what can I say about larders? The old larders, yeah, you can fix them with a hammer and screwdriver, but they are inherently unreliable. Unreliable rock boxes is what you can say about them. The engines are petrol engines are fine, they go forever, but the gearboxes are crap, in a word. Absolutely abysmal things. I mean, my van is a Vaz diesel, and it's basically a Vaz larder. And all the other brands over here, Kamaz, they're all based on the same thing. Tractor engines kind of thing, and the metal on them is poor, to say the least. It's paper thin kind of thing, very difficult to weld up. You need a kind of, you can't weld it with a rod welder like you used to be able to do. You have to get a automatic welder, a wire welder to weld anything on them. So kind of bad. The car I'm looking at buying, talking of ladders, is probably actually going to be a ladder, but it'll be a much more modern ladder. We're looking at a what would you call it? In England, you'd call it an estate car. In America, you'd call it another place. You call it a station wagon, and over here they're called universals or universal. And kind of ladder Priora, I think it is the kind of thing I'm looking at the moment. A petrol engine, 16 valve Priora would be perfect for us to go up and down to Novgorod, fast and spacious for the dogs, obviously. And we're still moving things up and down a little bit. A few more bits to go up there, and there's tools to go up there and all sorts of stuff like that. So probably Lada Priora will be the type of car we'll get, and probably maybe I will live stream the trip up there. I'm thinking about this a lot. Definitely making a video. The leaving of St. Petersburg, going up to Novgorod for season 3, and I'll probably live stream the journey up there. Probably live stream the first opening of the hut after winter, and see what damage, if any, there has been, and who has invaded us. Mice. Looking at chicken. Chicken. Slyšelen. You can hear a chicken. Let's see. What are you doing? And strange thing to hear at night time, isn't it? Chicken. But probably we'll do that anyway. Quick read. I want to buy some Monday. I know the old larders are crap. I just really like the look of them. You never see them anymore in the UK though. Yeah, I mean, UK did have a lot of larders, important. I remember them. And people said they're really comfortable, but they're very old now. They're kind of collectors kind of vehicles. And if you get one of them, you're looking at getting parts is easy here. In Europe, I don't know, especially in the UK, I don't know if a lot of parts would be easy to get hold of. But even here, they come from China. So they make the parts, you think, oh, you get a genuine ladder part, but it's not. It's come from bleeding China somewhere. And the quality is bad, let's say that. And so if you got a ladder, you are constantly fiddling with it and repairing it. You mean, as the old joke here in Russia, you know, park it up, it's working, come to get in it the next day, and it's not working. You know, and it's broken without doing it. It just sat there and broke, and that's it. So, and it kind of is true. I mean, I've had this with the van, you know, and it's like, the modern ladder's much better, much better. The engines are more reliable. The gearbox is a lot more reliable. I don't know about the automatics. I'm kind of dubious about them, especially the robot gearboxes. I'm not sure exactly how they work, but robot gearboxes, not so reliable. The metal does rust, the sills rust, the arches rust, and that's just life here. Roads are salted in winter a lot, and causes the vehicles to rot. There's not a lot you can do about it except for weld them up, you know. So just one of them things. Quick stop. Most of the larders, oh yeah, back to the Russia years ago, because there was a bigger market for them. I bet there was, yeah. I bet there was. I mean, Russia, to be honest, as cars here are expensive. I mean, it for something that's a rock box, a really rock box. You wouldn't even. I can imagine driving my van on the road in UK and getting arrested in the first cop that saw it. You know, kind of thing. They wouldn't even take it to the scrapyard. You know, it's that bad. But they hold horrendous prices. They're very expensive here, and that's been with Russia for a long time. And the Chinese cars are now making a big thing in Russia. A lot of these, what do you call them? What do you call those Chinese cars? I've forgotten. But anyway, the Chang'an, is it? Chang'an and things like that. And from what I hear, everyone that I see or hear, or you hear them before you see them, they've got huge engines, like 3-litre engines, 4 or 5-litre engines, ridiculous sizes. But they're gas guzzlers, and you can hear them coming because all the ball joints are broken on them. Everyone I've been, you know, I was working on piles, I was using taxis a lot, and everyone went in. The ball joints are lumping every knock in the road here. The ball joints are clunking. So that tells you something about them. And from what I've heard from people who've worked in service, I've got a friend whose son works in a service place, who says it's bearings, wheel bearings all the time. On brand new vehicles, you know, less than a year old, the bearings have gone in the wheels. So that tells the quality of them. I wouldn't touch one with a barge pole. Apart from the metal being worse than the larders, really ultra thin. I can see that a lot of people have bought the Chinese cars over here now, but I would imagine in 5 years they're going to be so rotten that you won't be able to do anything with them. You won't be able to weld the things. There's nothing to weld to, you know. Apart from swapping out panels, you know, that kind of thing. So, but okay, do you know why larders have heated rear windows? It's when you're pushing them, your hands don't get cold. That's an old one. You said that about the Skodas as well, didn't they? You know? What's it? And remember the old Ford Escorts? You said found on roadside daily. That was the old Ford, wasn't it? And, oh, the other one was, yeah, fix or repair daily. That was the old Fords back in the day. The old Ford Escorts, the old racer boy cars, weren't they? Do you remember they had the XR3i came out? The racer boys back in the day. Maybe I'm a bit older, but where are we? Are there English foods you miss, and what do you recreate with Russian ingredients? Cadbury's, beans on toast, roast with potatoes, fish and chips. Everything you've listed there I can get or recreate with that. There's not much, to be honest. A cabbage in England, it's the same as a cabbage in Russia. Baked beans, Heinz baked beans in Russia are the same as Heinz baked beans in England. There's not much in Russia that you can't get these days. I think the only probably thing is probably bacon. Bacon, the way the English do it, you know, Danish rashers. It's probably not as popular and difficult to find. It's not a thing for it here, but that's about it really. I can't think of anything that you can't get. Marmite probably is the only one I like that I miss. Marmite you can order it online, but it's horrendously expensive. But no, there's not really much food-wise that you can't get. I mean, cakes and buns are, you know, Russian cake is very different to English ones. They are, I can't explain, they're kind of full cream cakes, you know, and oh my god, to die for. Other than that, everything's pretty much, there ain't much, you know, black tea is black tea, coffee is coffee. and you just pick the brand that you like. But not really. I don't miss much. Bread kind of is kind of slightly different. There's not as many ingredients in there, so it doesn't go green as quick. But other than that, really, English sausages, you don't. I mean, English sausages, you just don't get here. That's never going to happen because they're awful, for one thing. Once you've had some kind of real meaty sausages, and then you go and have like English sausage, you think, "What God, my God, what have we been eating?" So those are missing from the diet here. But we substitute them with, you can buy, you know, real sausages, you know. So kind of that's about it, really. Not much else. Found Arthur Vincent. What's that? Ingredients: Cadbury's beans, toast. Found on the rubbish dump is another one. Found the rubbish dump yet. Found the rubbish dump. Ford. Fix or repair deal. Found on rubbish dump. Found on roadside daily. That was the other one, wasn't it? Found on roadside daily. Yep. Do you like Putin? Do I like Putin? Well, I've never met him, to be honest, but I suppose he's a likable chap. He's a good president. That's what I can say. Do I like him? Do I like his policies? Some of them I do. Some of them I don't. I really kind of. What I do know, he loves the country. He looks after the people, and he's running a fantastic economy. You know, we've had all these. Russia is now the most sanctioned country in the world, and we have felt nothing. Has not affected us one bit. You know, they're saying Russia's gonna run out of petrol soon. You know, no, rubbish. It's actually cheaper than anywhere else in the world, probably. We're gonna where is it? We're gonna run out of sugar or eggs or something. You know, whatever it is, whatever the latest thing in the newspaper they can think up. But literal rubbish. Really, sanctions haven't affected us. So, in that way, the president is doing a brilliant job, isn't he? You know. What else? What else can you say about him? Personally, I don't get involved with politics because I don't really understand the system as much as I do in UK. My politics, yeah, am I lefty? I'm socialist. My leanings are socialism, but that's about it, really. I'm not an active political person anymore. Kind of thing, you know. Like Australian sausage are full of ingredients like bread, breadcrumbs. Yeah, not so much of it. I think we're going to run out of eggs or things like that anytime soon. We're not going to run out of any eggs, but there was something about what was it? They say, oh, that was it. Buckwheat is running out of the shops in Russia, and then there was a sugar thing. There was a bit of a sugar thing for a few days, a few weeks. There was a shortage of sugar for some reason, but that's been sorted out ages ago. And then the buckwheat, I never did see the thing on that. I think what it was people, strange as it seems, but Western interference here in Russia is bigger than what you think. They write up some story about, some Western journalists write some story about Russia's running out of sugar or eggs or something, and locals actually believe it. They read the Western news and they read it, they believe it, and it starts stupid runs on things, panic buying, and that's what probably caused it. That's a fact. We've never run out of anything. You know, I mean, it's just not. There's never been a problem. You've always been able to get everything, and perhaps probably some things are actually cheaper now than what they were before sanctions. So work that one out. They've found alternative suppliers. I mean, you know, we're not going to supply you Coca-Cola. Okay, we'll buy it from somewhere else, like Dubai or somewhere, import it. You know, stuff like that. So alternative supply chains have run rife. China's supplying a lot of goods here. No, God, hear that bloody dog up there. What a racket. So yeah, not much Not better than Starmer then. Better than Starmer. Starmer, what is he? He's a clown and a half, isn't he? I mean, what is he doing? I was watching a video today by some people who are leaving UK, and they're going to they're immigrating to not Vietnam, or what do you call it? Thailand. They're going to Thailand, and they were saying about how terrible it was, about the price of it up and the price of electric and all that. And I was thinking, I mean, you know, is it that bad that people are leaving the UK to go to other places because of the cost of living and the immigration problems? I mean, and then we see on YouTube, I'm seeing, I mean, there's a lot of YouTube videos coming out now, and they're saying that there's going to be a civil war in Europe or in the UK. Disaster, absolute disaster. The last thing, a civil war. People think, oh, civil war's kind of, you know, it's not going to be a big thing. But if a civil war ever broke out, you're talking about a serious, serious war in a small place. You're talking about mass deaths and mass casualties. You know, you'd have parts of the military system going one way and another part of the military system going the other way, and they'd meet in the middle and fight it out. And been an absolute disaster for all of Europe and the UK. I mean, they say it could never happen, but UK has had civil wars. You know, we've been there in the English Civil War. You know, devastated the country, brother against brother. It's documented. You know, so last thing we did, isn't it, really? But there's a lot of it are flying around on YouTube at the moment, talking about society breaking down in Europe. They're predicting civil war within, you know, X amount of years. God help us if that were to happen. You know, Europe, England, although it's now at Brexit, it's still part of Europe, whether I like it or not. You know, physically, it's part of Europe, and a civil war would affect everybody because, you know, UK is an island entity, and they import a lot of stuff. So, you know, if there's a civil war in Europe, it's going to affect prices for everything. Of course, it is. And apart from the mass casualties and death and destruction that it would cause. But how far can politicians push people? How far can they how far can they push people to the brink of that kind of thing? You know. But anyway, we're almost home now. We're home almost. We didn't get attacked by bears or Sasquatches or Bigfoot. Somebody tell me, is it Bigfoot or Big Feet or Bigfoots? I don't know. Is it in Russia the Bigfootette for a girl one? I don't know. Bigfootka? I don't know. She's telling me what you want about. She thinks I'm mad. Well, yeah, okay.
Смотри, наш, покажи.
Ah, so we've got some pussy willow. Pussy willow. Do you want to see my wife's pussy willow?
Нет, это зайчики у нас считаются. Пушистые зайчики.
So anyway, lots of pussy willow flying around. There's the house I built in this old van. It's still not got rid of yet, but we're getting rid of it. And the house at night time, the last few before I cut this thing down and shut the live stream down. Did you like hockey before moving? Hockey, ice hockey I'd like to watch sometimes, but this is the house we built, the first house we built in St. Petersburg. That's where we're living, sort of off-grid, and it's very nice here, but getting urbanized. So there's the balcony actually up there, you can see what we built.
Пока-пока, YouTube.
So, paka. So she's saying goodbye. So I'll see, I've got to say goodbye as well, so time to go in. My arm's dropping off, big feet, lovely house. It's quite nice here, it's quite nice. It took me a long time to build that one. And there's still a lot of work to do inside actually. It's not as good as it looks, but kind of nice in the forest, isn't it? And wherever, but it's we're moving to Novgorod, and that's going to be even nicer, I promise, when it's finished. So anyway, I'll see you all again in the next live stream, and as I say always, not sure when it's going to be. Take care of yourselves, everyone.